Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure and this is Soviet Republic Workers and Resources and Republican Soviets. And unlike the last episode, I'm not going to waste your time today. We're going to get on with some work. Definitely, 100%, I will not be distracted by things of no consequence. I've tweaked the vehicle setup that I've got going on out of my Agro farm because it wasn't working particularly effectively. Obviously, with me chuntering away for an hour, allowed that to get to work a bit. Yes, that's all good. And the upshot was that I've probably got one too many tractors, or had one too many tractors, so I've sold one of those. Didn't have enough harvesters, so I bought another one of those, and didn't have enough trucks, so I bought another one of those. There you go, a bit of shopping. The reason for this, actually, is we're through, well, we're midway through first harvest on these two fields. These two have been harvested. They're currently being re-sown. This one is almost ready for its second harvest, and we've got 18 tons of crop still to pick up. Crikey. Yeah, with these ones, 47 tons there, another 36 tons there. I mean, it's all good. Another 40-odd, another 30-odd. There's a lot of crops waiting to be picked up, so the additional trucks, a good move. However, part of me goes, well, hold everything. And then I hold everything and go, well, is there not a better way, friends? Well, I don't know. See, the question is, can I assign a truck to do something? You know, if it lives at the Agro farm, can I assign a truck to go pick stuff up from the farm and drop it off somewhere else, right? So what I'm thinking is, if I were to take a grain storage hopper and plunk it here, for example, could I have people drop stuff off there and then a second fleet of trucks, or even a train, pick stuff up from here and then drop it off straight at the business end of things? The answer is probably, but we're not going to do that. No, we're going to do everything that I intended to do in the last episode in this one. Right, we're going to start with the important bit, and the important bit is hospital. 19 citizens here, can't hospital. You've got another 15 here, can't hospital. You've got some more here. Having a hospital nearby, as much as we saw a lot of ambulance action last time round, having a hospital nearby is probably going to be a smart move, especially if I'm thinking of building more housing out here in the future. And spoiler, I'm thinking of building more housing out here in the future. Good, well done. So yeah, we'll do that immediately. We'll get a hospital up, and right here is a really good location for it. Because if I do expand down here, it's going to be this way. So it's a smart move, right? Easy peasy, easy peasy. Hospital, right? There's a hospital. Good. Now, I mean, the other thing with this hospital, of course, is that it can also service a wider area than just here. You know, it could well send stuff out to other areas of the Republic in order to get itself, you know, extra patients and whatnot. But that's not my concern. We're still going to spend the dirty dollar until we're done with that, and then we'll move on to spending rubles. But you'll notice my ruble count's now up to almost 3.4 million, which is jolly good indeed. If we can get this all the way over there, that will really help people who are likely to visit on foot. Now, I think because we've got these end paths here, they'll probably help a bit. But giving people, you know, very, very ready, easy access is going to be jolly useful. I'll stick that on there. I think that's about as much as I can do for the moment. Obviously, I've put a couple of ambulances on here. There are no doctors. Don't stress that too much. I'm going to work on trying to get some doctors in a minute. Let's get some ambulance on the go. Now, we've been sticking with this. All right, I bought one. This check number so far because it's jolly effective, bizarrely enough. This does 100 kilometers an hour. This does 90. I mean, why would you not just go for the fastest ambulance in the fleet? Well, we'll have 3 in total, and that should be enough. Need some doctors, though. Yeah, there's no easy way of doing that other than buying in a few highly educated people to come and be doctors. Yeah. Now, as forecast, the kindergarten count is starting to look a bit silly, but that's okay because the number of people living here, remember they all had 50 in to start with. Well, this one's demonstrating that there's been no change. This one, 6 people have left. Oh, this one, 6 people have left. Yeah, 2 people have. Oh, 3 people have moved in. Hey, there we go, vindicated. So yeah, we are getting some people move in. I would imagine the others are dying, rather than anything more severe than that. By which I mean they're not legging it, right? They're not hopping it over the border. They are at least staying local, I hope. Right, quick review of the facility. Still only a dozen people working here, but we've got 7.5 tons of alcohol ready to export. And you kind of go, well, why is it not exporting it then? You kind of go, it is, but really slowly. And I don't understand why it's going so slowly. I mean, at this stage, it would be probably in my better interest to put a little bit of road in there, buy a truck, and just have it shuttling the stuff into the warehouse. This flipping forky route is rubbish. There you go. That's all I've got to say about that. Right, okay, now we're going to hook up the electro bus next. Just a quick look in the crop silo. This will refuel. It will rebuy crops when it drops below 40. It is not below 40, and neither is it likely to be for some time. We are topping that up quite splendidly. Good. Now, as the quality of life here improves, hopefully the population count goes up and we get more people working in the distillery. But you know, that's a goal for the fullness of time. We've got a few people can't do any sport. 8 can't get to a kindergarten. Well, you're not trying very hard. You're about as close to the flipping kindergarten as it's possible to be. Oh, hold on, that's not connected. I found a few of these legacy bits of road and whatnot that I didn't pay for during the initial construction. It's just a quick spin, and then we'll get the electro bus up. Okay, I think we're about there. All right, good. So, I mean, I can always build more housing, or I can pay for some immigrants to move in, or stuff like that. But at the moment, it's okay. It'll be fine. Right, electro bus. Where do you want it? Good question. Yeah, I know. I think at the end here. I think about here will probably be the right place for it. It will give sufficient access to those who reside in these parts, while allowing us the ability to go places. I don't know. It should. This is probably as good a place as any. Right. Okay. There we go. Right. Trolley bus track. It's called road. Overlaps with existing construct. No, it doesn't. There you go. Right. Okay. All right. We're off. Good. Yeah. Oh, it wouldn't be a Tuesday unless I was getting rid of a bit of power. Do this quickly. You just shut off the power to everything. It's all right. You'll be okay. Okay. All right. If you say so. Run out in parallel. We've done everything else semi-parallel with stuff, so we might as well try and do the same thing again. Right, give me some of this, and whap that over there. Yeah, did you connect? You did connect. Good lad. And then that one's here. And then all that can turn back on again. Cool. Right, now, this is obviously going to show that it's got no power until I complete the whole, the connection up to civilization. And then we're going to need to, can we... Did that do the trick? Yeah, it did the trick. All right, off we go. Now, I don't know where I'm going to send my trolley bus route. I suspect it's going to be quite a long way, because I do want it to hook up to the university, so that, you know, those citizens of Smirnoff who feel that way inclined can go and get themselves a bit of further education. Hopefully, there's some electro bus around here that will allow me to complete this connection. Where's the electro? Oh, it's just down there, look. Oh, that's straightforward. Yeah, but you can only go one junction at a time. It's a bit of a drag. Well, yeah, I know it is, but, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, go on, keep going. That's it. Yeah, keep going. Yeah, keep going. Yeah, okay. I know. Now all of these trees being in the way is super helpful. There you go. Is that it? Yeah, that was it. And we'll know that was it because there won't be any electrical symbols kicking around there anywhere. Right, I'm actually going to expand this a little bit further. Are you? Well, what does it look like I'm doing? There's no need for that tone. Just to there. Now, that serves absolutely no purpose for the moment, but later on, we may have this as a stop-off towards, I don't know, whatever glory awaits us down there. So that's more about building for the future than it is anything else. Right, let's go find the trolley bus depot. That's not it. What are you? I'm the vehicle depot. Okay. What are all these dumper trucks doing here? You fired us, remember? Oh, yeah. Well, good. Yeah, stay frosty. I might use them for some... Hold on. What do you chaps carry? Stuff that you could put in a dumper truck. No, you're aggregates. That's no good to me. If they carried grain, I might have tried to move them somewhere useful. This is the trolley bus depot, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Right, okay, buy a new one. It's going to be the Zoo 5. Is it? 68. 60. 68. Yeah, take it. All right, 1. 2. Okay, we're going to put them on slightly different routes. Right, you, come here. Okay, so you... I've no idea if this is going to work, but we're going to do it anyway. Right, from that one, yeah. Really? Yeah. No. Look, you've got this stop here in Tantrum that you might as well hit it up. All right, okay, go to there and then back to Tantrum again. We'll put them both on the same route then, because there's precious little point in anything else. Copy the schedule, to this bus. Doesn't work like that, man. You have to find the actual bus. All right, well, start. Copy the schedule. Right, okay. Go find the other bus. Do it. Right, and then take that back off again. Double click on this. Tell it to start. There you go. That's it. Right, okay. So, I don't know if anybody's going to want to ride on those or not. All I do know is that they now have the choice to ride on those. Or not. So yes. Yeah, it's now possible for them to do things that previously they thought were not possible, but now very much are. Now, here's an ambulance. Where are you from, ambulance? You're from the Smirnoff Hospital. Yeah, I thought as much. These chaps are actually now flying out here to Tantrum. No, they're going to bubble jet. Where's bubble jet? It's all the way up there. Why are they going all the way up there to find patients when we don't have the doctors to support the patients we've got? For crying out loud. Have we? Well, we've got some doctors now. Forget I spoke. Okay, right, good. So, how are we doing now? 53. Yes. 50. Better. And 44. No change. And 54. Come on. And 50. Good. This is. They're all a little perkier now. And the cinema? 2. Good. Right. Smashing. Next job. Trains. Now, here's the thing. I want to use trains, obviously. But it just doesn't make any sense. What? Don't you talk yourself out of doing trains, but it doesn't make any sense. Here's why it doesn't make any sense. Look, this has been running for 6 months odd, and we've got 110, 111 tons of alcohol. Good, that's a nice number. Yeah, it is a nice number. But that's with nothing picking it up, ever. Nothing at all picking it up from here, ever. We've got another 7 and a bit tons in there, because we've only got 11 workers. If we had more workers... well, it would be a different matter then, wouldn't it? Because we'd be turning around that much more stuff. Also, why have we got 7 tons in here? Why are you not pumping all of that into here as fast as you can instead of just drizzling it in as you are doing at the moment? Now, I don't know if this is doing it at max drizzle. I would assume it's not. I think it is. It's keeping a backlog in the warehouse. What are you basing that off? Nothing at all. But it doesn't make any sense, all right? Because it's not an efficient way to move stuff. Is anybody on this bus? 41 students, 10 passengers and a worker. All right. Well, I assume they've got a reason for coming out here, and if not, then maybe they're just on a day trip, and that's all good as well. Now, before I hook up the train, we'll just have a look at the overall resource situation here. And what we're studying are these 2 columns at the end. So you've got the amount that we've got in, and hopefully you can make this out sufficient to enjoy this statistical moment. And that's fine. That's not fine. Why are we not producing any fuel at the moment? Probably because the refinery's out of fuel and you need another oil train. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so we've got we've got a good amount of stock of various things. But look at alcohol, right? We're going to compare alcohol to coal. Now, obviously, alcohol's more pricey in terms of raw cost anyway. But the dollar difference, it's 50% on top of the ruble price. Right, so it's $1.50 instead of ₹1 you get for each ton. I'm rounding, right, quite severely, but it is like 1.5. Whereas coal, for example, it's only about what's that 1.1, 1. No, probably 1.2. So you get way better return on investment by selling to the dirty capitalists. Thing is, I don't want to sell to the dirty capitalists. Oh, obviously the fuel is just being picked up. Yep, there it is. That's nice. I really appreciate this, doing all its jazz in real time. I think that's a lot of fun. Coal ore, I think we're maxed out on how much we can store there, I think. Okay, whatever. So the point is, flimsy though the point may be, that I might be better off figuring out an export to that's 30 miles away. So it's not that way for starters. It's the other way. It's too far. All right, I would be better off potentially shipping it all the way to the border down here. This map is enormous. I love it. Down to Barislaw, for example, we'd get way better money sending it down there. But we're not going to do that. No, we're not. We're gonna do rubles because it's right here. Okay, right, fine. So, yeah, the smart thing to do, though, would be to do it by truck. 1 or 2 trucks would have this warehouse pretty much flipping empty in no time at all. And we could just run it by road down to the border. But who wants to do that? Well, I don't know. What do you? Your counter proposal is to run a flipping train, man. So we'll take a Y, like a Y junction here, so that we've got depot access. But we'll build one coming out like this, one going around like that, and the whole thing will be tremendously popular with the kids. Now the other thing that I was considering is that if I were able to get a grain harvesty kind of deal over here somewhere, then it would be a lot more successful to have grain picked up and shipped in that way. But but that's another story, children. Right, okay, so let's not worry too much about that for the moment. We're going to go single track with this because there is no chance I use more than one train for the moment. Later, it could well happen, but right now it's not. What happens if I take this over the road? It goes, fine, take it over the road, see if we care. Oh, that's going to be fun. Yeah. Oh, I'm into it. Yeah. Oh, that's a very smooth level crossing as well. Hold on, sorry about the camera there. Well, it would be, given the amount of time you spent smoothing all of this before you got stuck in. True. Don't try and take away from my accomplishments, though. What accomplishments? It's a very smooth level crossing. All right. Okay. Yeah, have a medal. See if I care. Right, now then. We're going to need to... I mean, this junction here is long overdue a bit of a rebuild anyway. So we're going to take out... everything from here. Right, like that. Yeah, take it all out. Right. Okay, because we're going to need a little bit... Oh, hello, there's a train there. Oh, sorry there, Governor. Didn't realise you were there. Because we're going to need a better queuing system than we've got at the moment. And there is only one track to actually run exports on. Okay. All right. Well, no, never mind. Let's get rid of this signal. Can I just get rid of the signal? Only if you get rid of the track as well. That doesn't slow me down much. There you are. Stick that back in. Auto building with dollars. Yes. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's build the Great Soviet Republic Railway with a dollar amount. Now then, let's run this down. Keep going straightish. Yeah, and that one as well. Keep going straightish. Good. Now, where's my new bit? The new bit's there. So I think about here is where you're going to want your third track. I can't move the camera back any further because the border won't let you move the camera. Right, and then hook that onto there. Hold on, are they driving on the right or the left here? And the word you should be using is travelling, not driving. Well, yeah, I know, but you know, it's a shorthand, all right? It's no big deal. They drive on the right, as does more or less everywhere apart from the places that don't. Okay, all right, fine. So, you are going to need to come out on the left. What a marvellous deduction that was. All right, okay, so if you're coming out this way, what we need here is enough room so that a relatively long train can get to the border and have enough room to come back on whichever track suits it best. So if we put that in there like that, and then we take another one off here like this as our junction round. All right, does that make sense to everybody? All right, well, if it doesn't, it will do in a moment. So hold on to your helmet. Right, grab this and over to here, and we should be good. We should be good. That's a bit of an ugly angle. All right, well, do it in two parts then. Do that. Do this. I foresee a problem. I know. I wonder if the viewers at home have foreseen the same problem. Well, we'll find out, won't we? Yep, out of money. Yeah, out of money. So which bit haven't I been able to build? Yeah, you're probably missing a bit at the end here. No, it's the electrification. We ran out of money before electrifying. Right, well, if I click on this, cancel contract and then pay with rubles. Ah, yeah, okay, good. That's a good save. All right, good. All right, so now we need some signals on here. This junction has not turned out as attractively as I'd hoped it would. Let's have another go at that. I just want to do this. I just want to get this bit a bit better. Get rid of this, get rid of that, get rid of that, and this bit. Thank you. And then stick. Give me that. Give this some of that. Don't auto build with dollars. You're not going to accomplish very much. Auto build with rubles. Some of that, and then this. I just want it to form a neat join. Well, that's about as neat as I can offer you. It's not much neater than it was before. Right, okay, we're going to need some signalling. Now, we need one here, but we're going to make that, I think we'll make that two-way. Given that the way that these funky blocks work, I think that's the way to go. We stick one on there, and we make that one way. Yes. And then you need a release signal. Yeah. All right, hold on. Let's stick another set in here. All right, like that. Let's stick a set in there. No. Yes. Right. Okay, now, with this train where it is now, I apologise for going through it like this, but I have to clear it in my own head, and I'm not sure he can turn around, you know. I think where you had the junction before was better. All right, let's let it empty, and then we'll see whether or not it can do the turn. Because what we want is for it to go up there. It can. Just. All right, this is not the last time we'll be remodelling this junction, evidently, because that's no good. All right. All right, so while it's in here, it's going to block quite a significant amount of track. Alright, so it's sealing everything from here, both sides of that, this turn here, up to that release signal there. Now that's fine, but it means that if we've got a train queuing here, it can't do a thing until the tail end of this train passes that signal. So we want one more signal here, and this is where it gets a little counterintuitive, is that you put one here, and it is literally a release signal, because as soon as now the tail end of the train passes through this, it releases whatever train is waiting there or here. In fact, whichever one happens first. Okay, that's fine. Well, it is what it is. No, it's all good. Right, now we need nothing more. No, you don't need any another way to the depot, because the train can just hit the output post first. So we only need something little. We don't need anything dramatic for this, because frankly it's not going to fill that quickly. Right, where did I leave my depot? Just the other side of town. Righty-ho. Here we go. Alright, okay, just time for a new train. Okay, what do we got? Diesel, no, electric locomotive, yeah. Alright, now, I think, what have we been using so far? Have we been using the 80, or have we been using the 10? Or have we been using the 23? I think we've been using the 23. Alright, engine power 3,100, 4,000. Okay, so they're heavy haulers. So actually this one is the way to go because it's cheap. And I think it's the one we've been using so far. But its initial investment cost isn't too significant. And then we're going to want a cargo wagon. Yes, that will happily take booze. 33 tons of alcohol. Right, 2 of those will do the trick. Do we have any choice in the matter? No. 2 of those then, please. Right, and that's more than enough. Very expensive compared to picking up trucks to do the same job. This is not an inexpensive way to do things. Right, let's talk to you. Come here. Alright, and then let's set up your route here. So you're going to go from Communist Chums on the border out to, yeah, I know it's on load everything at the moment, but that's okay, down to the warehouse. So from there, what I want you to do is unload from here. No. Customs house. Oh, for flip's sake. Oh, you can buy stuff there too. Oh, that's nice. Right, from there, load. There we go. Right, from here, load up whatever you can get your hands on. From here, unload it all, make me some money, and that's good. No, so here, wait till full. Good. Start. Right, eyeball. But no, you eyeballed the depot, but not the train. Oi, locomotive, come back here. Right, there we go. So it's a dinky little number. It is exactly the same loco I've been using so far, and now my rail network is actually starting to build up. And looking at this, I'm now starting to get very excited. Very, very excited. Let's turn the HUD off. Oh yeah. Oh, this is faboo. This is. I come back to it once more. I don't know what it is about the way that the trains and the track are modelled on this, but they do seem, just that much more grounded. I don't know if they've got physics on there, or it could just be that the track is lumpy in small areas. Now you may, if in a transport fever, which is obviously my reference point here, in transport fever you do have lumps in the track, but rarely is it small pieces of metal imperfection, which is what you've got going on here. Now whether that is down to simulating or just a little bit of kind of coding, it doesn't matter. The end effect is that the train is moving around in a far more, I'm going to use the word realistic, despite the fact that there are obviously, unrealisms about it, but in a far more realistic fashion, because track is not perfectly flat. It does have, little bits of indentation and raised bits and all of that kind of stuff that makes stuff rattle along it more. Particularly on, I don't know, less developed railways where they haven't invested in the latest and greatest in track laying technology to make it super efficient and as smooth as glass and all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, the upshot is it's good to watch, and maybe it could equally be that a change is as good as a rest. And just because this is a bit different, we have got a belter of a view here. Look at that. Lovely. Right, there you go. That's it. That's us mission accomplished for today. much like the other stuff that I've built so far, there is still a lot to do to make this ultimately effective. But it's not started out in a bad way. It started out in a good way. In a good way. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Right. The ruble count looks pretty good. I just bought a train and it's ticking back up again. We're back over 3 million comfortably because I've now spent $1.5 million instead of rubles. Oh yeah, there is that. Right. You're filling up. You've got another 20,000 worth on board with 66 tons of alcohol. Grand. I can't help but think I'm going to need another distillery, though. I think unless we can get the worker number up on the existing distillery, I don't think we're going to be that effective. I just want to see this sell up, and then we'll be ground. Yeah, sure. Grand is what we'll be. All right. Well, it's nice to see the junction sort of working. Yeah, sort of working. That's what it's doing. Yeah, good. I got a feel for this signalling now, you know. Yeah, I know you do. Well done. Look, you don't have to be condescending. It took me a little while because it's a different way to shape your thinking. It is a different way to shape your thinking. I just want to wait for this to get to the border. Hold on. I'm just going to have a quick look at what our import-export budget deficit system scenario is. Last month, all right, we exported $138,000 worth of stuff. Rubles worth of stuff. We bought some things. That's fine. But then we imported 185,000 worth of vehicles. That's just eat us. This year, we've sold $1.5 million worth of kit. All right. We bought 1.9, but that's fine. No, it's all good. We're running a 270,000 deficit at the moment because we've imported £1 million worth of stuff. Crumbs. Well, yes, but most of that import cost is the raw materials that we've used to build buildings. Oh, yeah, because of course that's how it's treated, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Right, there we go. I've been Colonel Failure. Thank you very much for watching. This series continues, whether you're present or not. But if you are present, then you'll get to enjoy it. So, turn up and enjoy it. Yeah. Yeah. This is good. Right, I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Cheerio. Alright, okay, so after the larking about last time around, it accomplished absolutely nothing. This time, we've actually got quite a lot done, and that's good. Now, I do wonder about putting a silo near those farms in order to maybe speed up the capture, the gathering of the field stuff. The other way to go, of course, would be to put in a second agro farm and have that looking after a couple of the fields. It means that we'll get turnaround on it quicker. The harvesting itself takes as long as it takes, right? So there's nothing you can do about that. As soon as it's harvested, you're banging a tractor out, and that's going to turn around the next planting season. But I think actually there might be something to be said for smaller fields, because while these vehicles are fairly slow, smaller fields will be sown faster, they'll grow faster, you harvest, you rinse, repeat, you get more cycles in the year. The question is, which is the greater yield? And if I were scientifically minded or experimentally inclined, I might endeavour to find out the answer to that question. But I'm not, and therefore I'm not going to do that, because life is far too short. And, oh really? Life is far too short now, is it? But you're quite happy to record 3/4 of an hour of staring at a footpath. What's the matter with you, you clown?